Take a deep breath. Now forget everything you have been taught in school about ancient Egypt. Cast aside the faded images of tens of thousands of miserable slaves dragging colossal stones under the scorching sun, driven by the lash of a whip. Forget the simplistic hypothesis that these were merely extravagant, ego-driven tombs for the pharaohs. Because if you truly look at the numbers, if you examine the precision cuts on the granite and the mathematical constants woven into the very bedrock, you will realize a world-shaking truth. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not a product of primitive labor. It is a masterpiece of precision engineering, a high-tech machine that has had its soul stripped away by time and those who wish to keep us in the dark. Welcome to episode 6. Today, we step inside the greatest stone structure ever built on this planet to seek the answer to the ultimate haunting question. Who were the true architects behind the Great Pyramid? And what was its real, terrifying purpose? Let us begin with the numbers that make modern engineers bow their heads in silent respect. The Great Pyramid is composed of over 2.3 million stone blocks, fitted together with a staggering total weight of 6 million tons. But the true mystery lies deep within the heart of the structure, in the king's chamber. Here, massive granite beams, the ceiling of the chamber, weigh upwards of 80 tons each. To put that in perspective, 80 tons is the equivalent weight of a fully loaded heavy main battle tank, or a Boeing 737 passenger jet. Imagine the logistical nightmare, transporting an object as heavy as a jet aircraft from the quarries of Aswan, a distance of over 800 kilometers. Mainstream historians claim they used fragile wooden boats and hemp ropes. This is not just a theory, it is a blatant insult to human intelligence. A hemp rope would snap like a dry twig under the tension of 80 tons. A wooden barge from that era would have been crushed into splinters before it even left the dock. We are looking at a level of logistical mastery that defies every primitive explanation found in our history books. But the mystery goes beyond weight. It is about precision that rivals our Silicon Valley laboratories. The assembly of these blocks reaches a tolerance of 1/500th of an inch. You cannot slide a razor blade or even a human hair between two blocks weighing dozens of tons. Furthermore, the four sides of the pyramid are aligned to true north, south, east, and west with an error smaller than 3/60ths of a degree. This is more accurate than the Paris Observatory. And then there is the impossible math. If you take the perimeter of the pyramid and divide it by twice its height, you get the number pi to several decimal places. If you look at the coordinates of the Great Pyramid, 29.9792458 degrees north, it is the exact numerical value for the speed of light in a vacuum. 299,792,458 meters per second. Was this a coincidence? Or was this a beacon built by someone who understood the fundamental constants of the universe long before we even knew the Earth was round? Now, let us look at the Great Pyramid through the lens of modern physics. It was never a tomb. In centuries of exploration, no mummy, no hieroglyphics, and no funeral goods have ever been found inside. What we found instead was a functional machine. The Giza Pyramid is built upon a major energy vortex of the Earth. Its outer casing was originally covered in 115,000 highly polished white limestone blocks. This limestone is pure calcium carbonate, a perfect electrical insulator. Inside, the tunnels and chambers were lined with Aswan granite. Granite contains high concentrations of quartz crystals. Quartz is piezoelectric. When you apply pressure to it, it generates electricity. When the Earth vibrates, due to seismic activity or the flow of the Nile, the Great Pyramid acted as a massive resonator. It harvested the mechanical vibrations of our planet and converted them into high-frequency electromagnetic energy. This is what researchers call the Giza power plant. The queen's chamber was not for a queen. It was a chemical reaction chamber. Traces of hydrochloric acid and zinc chloride have been found on the walls. When these chemicals combined, they created hydrogen gas. This gas filled the grand gallery, vibrating in harmony with the Earth's pulse, until it was energized into a microwave beam in the king's chamber. The Great Pyramid was a massive wireless power plant. It beamed energy into the ionosphere, creating a global grid of power. Nikola Tesla understood this. When he built his Wardenclyffe Tower to transmit free electricity, he was not inventing something new. He was trying to resurrect the lost technology of the pharaohs, or rather, the gods who came before them. But why did this machine stop working? Why were the beautiful white limestone plates stripped away? Why did the golden capstone, the primary conductor, vanish? There was a deliberate force that sabotaged the energy internet of the ancient world. They dismantled the machine, plunged humanity into a dark age of coal and oil, and forced us into a system of scarcity. They wanted us to forget that we were once free beings, nourished by the limitless energy of the cosmos. Look at the reliefs at the Temple of Dendra. You will see images of what look like massive Crookes tubes, ancient light bulbs. Look at the obelisks, monolithic stone antennas carved from single pieces of quartz-rich granite. Everything fits. These were the transmission towers. We find no copper wires because they didn't need them. They mastered the resonance of the earth itself. Who taught the people of the Nile how to build and operate this device? The ancient texts speak of Thoth and the followers of Horus. They describe gods who descended in iron boats and possessed the key of life. The Ankh, which many researchers now believe was a tuning fork or a portable energy device. These were the Anunnaki, the engineers of our species, who established Egypt as a technological outpost. The pyramid is not a relic of the past. It is a mirror of our future, trapped in stone. It stands as a silent challenge, a giant, geometric question mark in the desert, waiting for the day we stop fighting over oil and start listening to the frequency of the stars. It is a message that says, you are not alone, you were once greater than you are now. In our next episode, we will travel even further back in time, to the marshes of Mesopotamia. We will meet the Sumerians, the first modern civilization, and examine their king's list, where rulers reigned for 30,000 years. We will uncover the truth about the planet Nibiru and the genetic harvest. This is where the story of our creators truly begins. Can you feel the vibration in the air? Can you sense the energy waiting to be reawakened? The truth is not buried under the sand. It is hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who have the eyes to see and the courage to remember. Are you ready to reclaim your inheritance? Are you ready to wake up? The stars are calling, and the stones are beginning to hum.